Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday webinar. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're so excited to get started with you and drive this discussion. As you know, our Blue Star Career webinars is a weekly space to build and connect you to job opportunities, and then, of course, get you excited about new connections and new activities and new partnerships, and how you can, of course, pivot your career based on what you currently need. So we're so excited today to honor to have with us Robyn Grable from the Ascent Collective. She is a U.S. Navy veteran, military spouse, talent acquisition professional who founded the organization to help military connected and underserved talent translate their experience into capability and connect, of course, with meaningful employment using skill first approach. If you haven't heard about skills first approach, you'll be so surprised what this is all about. So we're so excited that you are here going to tune in with us and let us know more about where you're watching, what kind of jobs or skills do you possess that we can connect you. And then Robyn, she is a tremendous connector in our community, will do her best to get you connected and share best practices. So Ms. Robyn, are you ready?
I am ready, Laura. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Let's begin. Thank you so much for watching. Again, keep us posted. Let us know where you're watching, where we can send you a shout out, and what kind of great talents do you have in your inbox of careers so that we can support you. Let's begin. Fabulous. Thank you so much for tuning in, for joining us. I see we have quite a group out here on LinkedIn. And then, of course, we are on Facebook and our digital platform in the neighborhood. So, whatever you may be watching, please tell us where you're watching. We are so excited to connect with you. Then, of course, to welcome Robyn, the creator of Ascent Collective, where no resume is necessary. And, of course, you can use your skills to find meaningful employment. So, Robyn, welcome. Thank you so much. Please introduce yourselves for those that don't may not know you about your career and your platform. Please give us a little bit, just brief introduction. Do you feel comfortable sharing?
Yeah, thank you, Miss Laura. So I'm honored to be here. Blue Star families love the mission. So I went in the Navy right out of high school. I joined the Navy in 1979 when women weren't allowed to do a lot of roles. We were restricted just basically because we were females. So that started my journey of advocacy and fighting for skills and fighting for equality and saying, if I can pass the test, if I can do the job, why can't I just because I'm a female? So that really started it for me. I got out of the Navy then. I served for 9 years. During that time, I was a military spouse while I was in the Navy. And also then when I got out of the Navy, my husband at the time was still serving. So it was tough for me. I spent the first 12 years out of the Navy in 10 different jobs, 4 different states, just trying to find where my skills belonged and where I was valued as a veteran. So fast forward another 12 years, I was finishing my master's, met an Army veteran's wife, and she commented that her husband had been out for 6 months, could not get an interview, and he was spiraling downward, and she didn't know how to help him. It literally broke my heart because I always believed, not just in veterans, but in people. People have skills. And it just really hurt hurt my heart to know that there were people out there suffering like I did when I got out of the Navy, having to justify why I was in the military or what my skills were. So that started the journey of creating an AI based platform to translate military skills into military experience into skills. So I have one daughter that I had while I was in the Navy, and she has 5 beautiful grand cherubs for me. So that is my life. Other than the baby that I have in my business, those 5 grand cherubs are my life, my hobbies, my world. So yeah.
Wonderful. We're so excited. Thank you so much for sharing the background and, of course, what led you to feel that enthusiasm, the spark, but also you identified a problem and obviously got very productive and created a solution. And then, if you don't mind spending a little bit more so, besides obviously trying to help and identify great people and connect them with the workplace, why do you think this is such a good fit for you? Why is it working and has transcended to so many years that you continue to do so good for so many people in the community?
I honestly believe, Laura, I was born to do this. Being a stepchild on both sides, my parents were both divorced and remarried, and so I fought for just who I was as a child. Fought for my skills in the Navy. Got out and had to fight for my skills. It's just always been something in me that I think I was just born to do. And I have the strength and the creativity to have come up with a great way to do this. We were doing skills first, no resume, 8 years ago before anybody was really talking about it.
Yeah.
That was our whole mission, was to eliminate the resume. The barriers that military veterans and military spouses face with that resume are just endless and ridiculous. So that's why we don't use a resume. But I just think I was born to do this. And now we've evolved into being not only skills translation, but really career readiness and building those career pathways for veterans and military spouses. So I've always, at every duty station I was at, I always created some sense of familiarity, some way to recognize people, make them feel good about themselves, just in some certain way. And I think, again, I was just born to do this.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yes, I mean, you have been doing this really skill-based first hiring options so long that I remember when I first heard of like no resume required.
Yeah,
Whoa, this is unheard of, right? Unheard of in our space, particularly through the
yeah,
military community. And then, of course, having to have a great supportive tool that it really looks beyond the gaps, the resume gaps, and really and really focuses on the skills. Like
yeah,
you mentioned, there's so many great talented individuals from my community. It is
yeah.
it's great that you brought this and then you have collectively expanded and continue to grow into new technologies and everything else. And with that, you also have expanded your your reach, your missions, your different type of services that you offer to our community. So why don't you tell us more about that?
Yeah, thank you. So we did start with Veterans Ascend back in 2018. That was our start mission. We quickly added military spouses because it was a problem. Resumes are a problem for anyone. But for veterans, 95% of the time they get filtered out because of things on a resume. Military spouses, same thing. Gaps in their work history, lack of demonstrated movement. But think about it this way: a resume is a flat piece of paper, a set point in time. Your skills are alive in you. They're 3D, they're 4D, they're alive in you, and you take them with you. Just because your title changes in this one particular job that you have doesn't mean your skills go away. You don't leave your skills where you were. You take them with you, and you always have them. So we want people to think about how you look at skills as alive and breathing and living versus a resume is a flat piece of paper stuck in time. And the world isn't flat. The world is round and full of life. So we have expanded. We also created a community for the diversely abled. And then our mostly latest mission 2 for justice impacted, previously incarcerated. All of these categories veterans fit into, and I've worked with our justice impacted group, our Veterans Treatment Court. I am a service disabled veteran, so we fit into all those categories, but each one has a unique flavor and a uniqueness about it when you go onto the website. So QR codes there, log into the ascendcollective.org, find your community, which the one you most identify with. You'll be able to create your skills profile. All of this is free. Be able to create your skills profile there. That's the round QR code as well. And then once you do your skills profile, we want you to watch our 7 ways to use your skills profile, because there's so much more you can do with it that we want to help you be able to promote your skills, learn to talk about your skills, add those skills to your LinkedIn profile, all the ways that you can do this to make sure people know who you are living and breathing, not just a static point on a resume. So that is, those are our QR codes there. And when you go to the website and choose your community, you again be able to create your skills profile, watch the video, and then you'll be able to enter we call it the Northern Compass Academy. Again, each community has their own flavor of this, their own part of this. So the Compass Academy is built for military spouses. There's questions to help a military spouse learn how to promote themselves, learn how to tell their story. Veterans, diversely abled, and justice impacted. So sign up there. Again, all free. And through that academy, you can also get a career coach. We've got a lot of volunteers that work with us to help you along the way. We've got a lot of other resources we can connect you to as well. So again, all these things are free. And then our newest addition to our portfolio of career readiness tools is our Vanguard Rising Lab. I'm super excited about this because it's an experiential lab where veterans and military spouses can join a team. Again, all free and all virtual. So very much find you where you're at. You join a team and you work on an actual real problem. This isn't book learning. This isn't hypothetical. It's not theory. You're actually working as a team on an actual problem with an employer to solve that problem. So cohorts are starting every week, and we customize it to, again, find you where you are. So please check out the Vanguard Rising program. I'm super excited about it because it's really going to be game changing for a lot of people. And I'm excited we get to bring it to the world. So, but yeah, that's kind of our program. We've evolved from really truly just doing the skills translation, and we built all of those tables. So when you plug in a military occupation, you're getting a skills translation. We don't scrape things off of the internet. We don't put things out to the internet. This is real careers, real skills. But we dug deeper into not just your title. A lot of tools out there will translate a title and say, okay, you were infantry in the military. You can be a police officer. You can be a security guard. We went deeper into the actual work that you do in that occupation and the skills that you get from that. So get your skills translated. We started there, and now we're really evolving into how can we help in a lot of other ways of getting career readiness, making sure there are resources, and then connections to employers out of that. So, yeah.
I love it. That's still a pretty crucial part of, I think, of this fast moving, fast changing job search strategy is the connection to the right group, the right collective, the right organization that can really be there to foster your skills, but also help you just brainstorm on new ways. And I think you, with all of the great, the collection of all these different abilities to offer multiple members at various stages where we are, I think really puts full circle, services to everyone out there who might be struggling and thinking. And I agree with you. I mean, I have all these discussions all the time with great members whose resume, it just feels really heartbreaking to try to fit everything into a 1-pager or 2-pagers. And, how do you do that? And well, you offer the best tips or the best services, but sometimes, everyone just needs to explore for further opportunities. And with that, I'm very excited to learn about this new program you have going on. You mentioned, can you expand a little bit about this cohort? When would it start again? And how did you team up to really create that? Because I've seen that already with multiple organizations. We get these cohort options started, and I think it's more effective to really find the right group of committed individuals. That doesn't mean that everyone can have benefit, but sometimes throughout our career space, the time of the year, we cannot commit to a very intentional job search. So tell me more about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we last year we got partnered up with an organization called LEAF, and it's Lean Education Agile Foundry. They've been doing this work, this experiential lab and learning lab for over 4 years with college students. And it basically became their mission was because employers would say, "Oh, you got a degree, but you don't have experience."
Yes.
So they created this lab to help college students actually work on actual problems for employers to get experience. They come out of it with a certification in agile workflow, and they also have a digital portfolio of their work so they can show an employer the actual accomplishments that they did. It's not just a certificate that says, "Hey, I finished reading my assignments and I have a piece of paper." It's actual tangible things they can show an employer. So I met Jeff, the founder of Leaf, last year, and he was very excited to not military connected, but very excited to help our military community. So we built a specific military Leaf lab, and we call it Vanguard Rising. But we take veterans, military spouses, service members that are doing a skill bridge with us, and a college student. So civilians are in the mix of the teams, and they work together. They work on an actual problem for 6 weeks. We condensed it to be 6 weeks to kind of accelerate the opportunities to get to employment faster. But it shows the experience because veterans have the same issue.
Yeah.
Military spouses have the same issue. You've
Yeah.
got great skills, you've got great experience, but you don't have my experience. You don't
Right.
have the industry, right? Drives me crazy. So this experiential learning lab lets an employer bring us a problem that they need solved because they don't have the time, money, or resources internally to do it. Or it's something they're thinking about expanding their business to, so they want someone to kind of work on it. We put together a team. So veterans, military spouses apply on the link there. You'll find it at the QR code there. You apply, you have a call with me. Like you said, Laura, I kind of talk through where are you at in your life? What interested you about doing this lab? Because we want people to get the experience, but you have to have the commitment to it as well. It's all free and it's all virtual. And we only require about 5 hours a week as a commitment. Now, you can be in the lab as much as you want, but that's the minimum that we ask for. But we want to make sure it's the right time for someone to be in the lab and do this work. So they have a call with me, and then we put a team together. The lab gets started and off to work. Now, I will tell you, I'll brag about the first team, which happens to be an all-female team. It's a military spouse and 2 female veterans. So excited about them. They have done in 10 hours of time what normally would take 4 to 6 weeks. That's how great the lab is, first of all, and how great these females are. But it's just you dive in and work on these problems along with working with the employer who brought the problem to the lab. The lab also has coaches, agile workflow coaches, people that are teaching you how to think differently, how to solve problems differently than we did in the military or that we've done in life so far. So you're learning agile workflow and you're getting a certification in that as you're solving this problem. And then you're going to walk away with a digital portfolio that you can share with employers to show them exactly the experience that you gained in the lab. So, it's a great way. I love it because it's visual. I'm a visual learner, but I think employers today, to get out of their own way of looking at, I got to rely on a resume or I have to rely on a job title. It's like, what skills do you need for your business to grow, to thrive? We have to get employers to start thinking about What skills do I need? Because then you look for the right person with those skills and your business can thrive. But if you look for somebody that just had a previous title of something, you don't know what skills they brought to the table for that particular title. You don't even know if that was their actual title these days. So if you look for the skills, that person can pivot and that's veterans and military spouses are great at being resilient, resourceful, adaptable. They have learning agility, all of these things. And if employers would look more at skills, they'll find great talent out there.
Absolutely. Wow. I love it. I am so excited to share it with our network and then continue to share it great participants, hopefully in the next cohort. Super excited to learn more about the project that all these great female driven cohort has, done. That really goes to show, what we already know, right? Military spouse community, Navy, veterans and female veterans, when you bring them all together, they can just tackle things on so fast. uh, there's no logistics needed pretty much. You kind of figure things out really fast. So I'm excited to for our community to really participate in this and get to know that. And then one thing that you were when mentioning, Robyn, how can I, as someone involved in this space, can really continue to carry the narrative or the discussion with employers on how to really look beyond the resume. What can we do? How can employers or other program affiliated participants have these really candid discussions with employers? What would you tell me? What should I do? How should I do my job better?
It's actually an easy conversation because when you talk to an employer and they say, we're filling this industrial maintenance tech role, and they say, but I need somebody with 5 years of industry experience. The first question I always ask them is, what skills do you expect someone to have gained or earned in that 5 years of working in that particular career? What skills do you want them to have? Do those skills that you're thinking that you want them to have, how do they serve your business today, tomorrow, and 5 years from now? Because you want that person to stay with you longer than a week, longer than a month, longer than a year. So what skills do you want to look for in somebody that is going to stay with you longer and that you can value and appreciate? The other thing I ask them is, if you look for somebody that has a previous title that worked for one of your competitors, how do you know they can add value to your business without asking what their skills are? You can't
Right.
just assume that because they had that title, that first of all, they were doing a good job. You can't know that. But if you can talk about skills, and if you ask someone about their skills, rather than, don't ask me what I've done, ask me what I can do. What can I do with the skills that I have? It's like a rear view mirror. That stuff's behind me. What I did then was behind me, but what I bring with me is what you gain. And don't you want to know what that is? Like, you
Right.
don't want to know what I did back there. Like, that was so last year, right? So you want to know what I can do for your business. So engage in that conversation, get them to think about how they see their jobs. We've fallen into the trap of jobs being listed as task oriented, right? I need this task done because business owners are busy, staff is busy. I just need somebody that can do this task, create this Excel spreadsheet. Well, what if they're done with that? Then what do you need them to do? Like, I don't know. Like, do the next task. Well, what happens if you wake up one day and decide your business is going to pivot and now you need all these other skills, but you've hired people over here that can only do this thing because you didn't ask for those skills. Now, what do you do with this person? First of all, you haven't valued them, and that's not where we want veterans and military spouses to be. We want people to value what they bring to the table. So if you get employers thinking about not just today, don't just put a person in a seat, put the right person in the right role with the right skills. And that person will grow not only today, but years to come with that business. So,
Wow, I love it. Can I just say how much I admire your leadership, your thinking, and of course, all the great work that you're doing in this space? It really wants to like go out there and make some great mobility, because you're so right. When you do have that right individual at the right place, and you give them the manpower to really be very, driven, and the right skills and the right direction, you can fill in so many seats and so many different approaches, and not just the one task or the 10 checklists, things that sometimes we are tasked with. But I love it. That's so tremendous. And so now we are in 2026. Last year there was this huge, thing with the whole AI, and use ChatGPT for your resume, upload it here, upload it there. In your world, what does career shopping look like today through Talent Ascent,
Yeah.
or without a resume, for that matter?
So again, we don't scrape anything off the internet. So the way our system works is employers bring us careers to fill. We work with through our lab. We work with employers to bring us careers they need filled, and we plug that into our AI machine. It matches the skills, location, and salary of our candidates that are in the program. So once you create a profile, you're in it to win it. There's nothing else that they need to do other than keeping their profile updated, making sure that they've added skills if they're getting some training, making sure their salary requirement is where they want it to be, because we match to an employer on that. So there's no job board. They don't have to search for jobs. We match them automatically as careers come in. And then our team will reach out to them and say, hey, you matched to an industrial maintenance tech position in such and such location, or it's remote. Are you interested? Let's talk more about the opportunity. We have a call with them internally with our team to make sure they're interested, engaged, and really like the opportunity. And then they get a direct interview with the employer. So we cut out all the noise of the application process and the misunderstanding resume issues. It's all about the skills. When an employer comes to us, we ask, what skills are you looking for? Are these the skills you need? Does your business need these skills? We plug those skills into the platform and they get matched to candidates. So there's really no career shopping. There's just being open-minded to a career and a business that needs your skills and matches with you. And it's your choice. If they don't want to participate, or they don't want to, the candidate, isn't interested, that's okay. Because it's about being available to anything, any industry, any location, any career that needs your skills. So
Wonderful. Now I know that this is obviously our primary, target audience, and what wakes us up in the morning is our veteran community or transition service member, and then of course military spouses. But I know that in the past couple of years, I think the landscape of the need and also workforce development sort of a need throughout the family in general, who is also can participate through your collective? Is it young adults or adult children also available for this?
So
Expand
18
on this.
and older. So we look for, really working age, full-time working age. But yeah, military families, anybody in the military family. The platform is open to anyone. Again, we just really look for that 18-year, mark, just because employers that we work with are looking for full-time, employees. So, but yeah, anybody in the military community. We've got senior enlisted, senior officers to junior enlisted, junior officers. We run the whole gamut. Military spouses across the country, really around the world, because they can create their profile from anywhere, as long as you have an internet connection. You can do any of the work in the lab or in our academy, because it's all virtual. So we really try to accommodate everybody where they are and how they need us.
Wonderful. And again, the academy and participating in these future cohorts and any career support, there's no cost to the job seeker whatsoever.
No cost. No.
I love it.
And never will
Wonderful.
be.
And never will be. Absolutely. And so you, as the audience or the listener right now who's who's listening to this, if you know someone, especially someone who might be struggling or things like, oh, I've had it with all these resumes, this is the perfect system, the perfect collective and site where you can find ultimately, have the right conversations with the employer. So please pay it forward. Don't keep it to yourself. We share the links in the comments. There are the QR codes. And then, of course, when in doubt, just meet us in the neighborhood and we'll definitely give you the direct link for you to shop. And so there's the link directly for you to also look for the right opportunities as well. And, just carry on the conversation. We might not necessarily be in need right now because we're February and we're still just trying to figure out what's the next 2026 looks like. But don't wait until the last minute. If you can create your profile and start engaging into a very intentional sort of a proactive action steps, please do that. Sometimes things don't happen right away. So maybe by the summer you'll be ready. And then guess what? Your profile and your skills are all good to go. So, Robyn, for you, besides uh, after they create their profile, then skills are built, and then they are actually in the system. What would be some 2 to 3 quick actions to gain momentum and not lose connectivity? Because we're very notorious to go out and create profiles in various communities or places, especially when you say, oh, it's free. We go create a profile and then we forget that we signed up. What should be 2 to 3 action gains to just stay engaged, stay active, that works for other participants?
Yeah. So once their profile is in, we actually add them to our mailing list. So they'll get a weekly email telling them about new opportunities. So just make sure you're reading those emails. As Laura said, pay it forward. Share this with your community. Share this with other veterans, other military spouses, other people that are thinking about changing their career, anything like that. So share it. Keep your profile updated. Be in there. Respond when you get messages that you've matched to something. Respond. Participate in the academy. Go through all the modules. Learn all of that. Get a career coach and join Vanguard Rising Lab because it's amazing. 6 weeks, 5 hours a week minimum. You can't lose. You only can win. So.
Absolutely. Let's take a few moments right now to send some general shout outs to some of our members who are supporting this and are definitely in various communities. So I'm going to go really quick to see if I can pull some from LinkedIn. We had some out here that are watching. And so, but if you are shy and if you'd like to tell us where you are located, so thank you, Holly. I'll put your comment in just a second. Thank you so much for supporting. We also have Daniel. We have Tassie. Thank you so much for supporting. And then we're going to go really quick on Facebook to see if Facebook allows us to send some shout outs really quick. I know Facebook is trying to do a little bit different approach on opportunities here as well for our members. So thank you so much for Candace. Thank you, Dolly. Thank you, Esmeralda. And then there's also someone from our sponsors community. Thank you for supporting. And then out here in the comments, we had someone from Murrieta join us. Thank you, Evelyn, for supporting as well. All the links that you need in order for you to reach Robyn in the Ascend Collective are right there in the comments. But like I said, when in doubt, you can also meet us in the neighborhood. And then guess what? I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to show you where you can also go straight into the website because listen, there's so many websites nowadays. It's so easy to get just sidetracked, but this is what it looks like, the actual legit website. So when you look it up online, if you don't click on the link and if you decide to do just a general search on the web, this is what the website should look like. And then right above, as you can see right here, it says Talent Success at theascendcollective.org. Make sure that that's it that you need to join and you need to be part of so that you can explore the various opportunities that are being offered. The Robyn and her team have worked so hard to really make this such a creative and such a smooth process for those who are feeling maybe perhaps defeated, or you feel challenged because of the resume or the no skills, and then you have so many skills. This is the perfect alternative for you to go. So please take advantage of it, that so many great people care so much about you and your job search opportunities in your future endeavors. So this is great. Robyn, as we wrap up, is there any specific sort of a call to action or great practices that you currently could tell us that we can remember, and seal the deal, sort of say, with your collective?
Yeah, I mean, I would just tell people again, don't feel like you're alone. I was just on the phone earlier with an Army service member, and he's getting out after being in the Army for 7 years, and he's like, this is so overwhelming. Like it will feel overwhelming. It will feel stressful, but I told him, you're not the first person that's ever left the Army or any armed forces. Don't feel like you're alone. Please reach out. No question is an unreasonable question. We want to help. So email us, reach out. We want to help. That's what we're here for. That's what I live for. And so that's what our team lives for. So please, just let us know how we can help. Take advantage of the resources that are out there. And don't just, sign up and say, oh, I did something. Invest in yourself. Believe in yourself, lifting yourself up because you have skills. No matter what somebody tells you that's read your resume and says you aren't qualified or you're overqualified, you have skills.
Absolutely. Everyone has skills. It's just finding the right service or the right collective that will help you get there. And so just be patient, but also put a little bit extra effort on your part to navigate, to make sure that we are a great fit. So thank you, Tassie, all the way to San Antonio, Mill City, sending you a shout out there. Thank you. And then pay it forward too, Tassie. Pay it forward with your San Antonians out there. Let them know about the collective, and then this particular great initiative. I'm going to go and read about it, Robyn. Now the Vanguard Rising, and definitely make huge noise and awareness into our neighborhood so that our community can also take advantage of it. So thank you so much for joining us today. Is there anything else you would like to share before we tune out? I'm sorry.
Just a thank you to the Blue Star Families organization for all that you do and for having me on today. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone. Meet us in the neighborhood and follow up with future opportunities. And of course, future updates about the Ascent Collective and any other great programming that Robyn and her team are creating. So thank you so much for watching and supporting. Again, pay it forward. Don't keep it to yourself. Give it to your ombudsman community, your military spouse groups, your private groups, anyone out there. Just a quick post really make a difference in someone. You never know who's going to stumble into the scrolling, and then we'll learn about it and you will make a difference. So thank you so much for supporting today. Have a